Alright, answer for this one is 45. Number 2. Alright, answer for this one is 5. Number 3. Okay, answer for this one is 8. Okay, number 4. Answer for this one should be 0. Number 5. Alright, answer for this one is 100. Go ahead and bring your number up for the lottery. Alright, winning numbers for today are 7 and 8. Alright, homework check. Go ahead and take it to Mr. Skinner. Alright, answers are yes, no, and yes. Alright, answers are no, no, and no. Alright, answers for 1 through 10. Alright, question the homework. Okay, I have your test to pass back. Alright, if you need to make up a test, go ahead and come in 6th period. Alright, our objective for today, 9th grade patterns, functions, and algebra number 2. You should be able to identify a function from a pattern. These are examples of what we're going to do. Y equals 6x minus 2, y equals negative 2x plus 6, x squared plus 4, and 3x squared minus 6. Okay, for example 1, what we're going to do is we're going to look at this set of numbers. We're going to try to figure out what function gave us these numbers. These are our y values, our x values, or whatever position the numbers are in. So this is the first position, so our x is 1. For this, well, it'll be 2, 3, and so on. So we're going to make a table of our x and y values. We have 5 values, so 1, 2, 3, 4, oh gosh. 3, 4, 5. 1, our y is 5. 2, our y is 8, and we just fill in the table like that. And 17. Okay. Alright, so next what we're going to do is we're going to find the difference between our y values. So 8 minus 5 is 3. 11 minus 8 is 3. 14 minus 11 is 3. And 17 minus 14 is 3. What this means is that the function that this came from has an x in it. It's some number times x. So some value times x plus some other value gives us y. The coefficient that goes in front of x is the number that is the difference between our y's. So right here, this is going to be our coefficient. That means we're going to have 3x plus some number that we don't know yet gives us our y values. Now all we need to do is find our number. Remember, we're looking for the function. The only thing that's missing from our function right now is this number right here. To do that, we're going to plug in one of our ordered pairs. I'm just going to use the first one. You can plug in any one you want. You just plug in the number for x and its corresponding value for y. The first one is usually the easiest one to do. So we plug in 1 for x. That's 3 times 1 plus our number is equal to y, and in this case our y is 5. Next, we just want to solve it to get this number right here. 3 times 1 is 3, so we have 3 plus our number is equal to 5. We subtract 3 from both sides to get our number by itself. So our number is going to be 5 minus 3, which is 2. So that is the last piece that we needed to find our function. So for our function, we have y is equal to 3x. Remember, our coefficient comes from right here, plus whatever our number is, and our number is 2. So that's how we get our function. Alright, let's try another example. Okay, we want to put these in our table. We have 5 values, so our x's are going to be 1, I don't know why I keep doing that, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we plug in our y values. Remember, the x1 is going to correspond to this right here. The second 2 is going to correspond to that. 3 is going to correspond to negative 21, 4, negative 27, and 5 to negative 33. So we just plug these into the table. So for 1, we have negative 9. 2 is negative 15. 3 is negative 21. 4 is negative 27, and 5 is negative 33. Okay, so again, we're going to do the same thing that we just did. We want to find the difference between our y's. To do that, we're going to take negative 15 minus negative 9. When we do that, that's going to give us a negative number. It's going to be negative 6. We do the same thing. Negative 21 minus negative 15 is negative 6. Negative 27 minus negative 21 is negative 6, and so on. So our number is negative 6. That's going to be our coefficient next to our x, remember? So we have negative 6x plus whatever number is missing, we don't know what it is yet, is equal to y. Now we need to find our number, so we plug in our ordered pair. We'll plug in the first one, so we plug in 1 for x, and we plug in negative 9 for y, and then we solve it to get our number. So negative 6 times 1 plus whatever number that is equal to negative 9. Negative 6 times 1 is negative 6. Now we just solve our equation. We add 6 to both sides. And negative 9 plus 6 is going to make our number negative 3. That means our equation is going to be y is equal to negative 6x. Remember, our coefficient comes from right here. Plus whatever our number is, and our number is negative 3. So our answer is y is equal to negative 6x plus negative 3, or negative 6x minus 3, however you want to write it. Any questions so far? This kind of making sense? Alright, good. Okay, go ahead and try a practice problem. We're going to go ahead and put these into a table. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for our x values. For our y values, 1 will correspond to 3, 2 will correspond to 5, and so on. Let's fill out our table. Next, we need to find the difference between our y values. 5 minus 3 is 2, 7 minus 5 is 2, 9 minus 7 is 2, and 11 minus 9 is 2. That means we are going to have some number times x plus another number is equal to y. We need to find our coefficient, which we just did. The difference between the y values is our coefficient. So that means we'll have 2x plus our number is equal to y. Now all we need to do is find that number. To do that, we're going to plug in one of our ordered pairs. So we plug 1 in for x. We plug 3 in for y. We'll have 2 times 1 plus that number is equal to 3. 2 times 1 is just 2. We subtract 2 from both sides. And so our number should be 1. Now we need to fill out our function. So we have y is equal to our 2x plus whatever our number was. And our number, we got 1. So your answer should be y is equal to 2x plus 1. Alright, your bonus. X should be equal to 2. Alright, let's do practice problem number 2. For the practice problem, first thing we want to do is make our table. So we have 1, 0, 2, negative 3, 3, negative 6, 4, negative 9, and 5, negative 12. Oops. Alright, next we find the difference between our y's. Negative 3 minus 0 is negative 3. Negative 6 minus negative 3 is negative 3. And so on. Alright, that means negative 3 is going to be our coefficient. So we have negative 3x plus our number, which we don't know yet, is equal to y. Next thing we want to do is plug in one of our ordered pairs. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the first one. So we plug in 1 for x, and we plug in 0 for y, and then we solve for our number. So negative 3 times 1 plus that number is equal to 0. Negative 3 times 1 is just negative 3. When we solve, we add 3 to both sides. So our number is going to be equal to 3, which means our function will be y is equal to our minus 3x plus whatever our number is, which is positive 3. So negative 3x plus 3 should be your answer. Alright, answer for the bonus is 9. Okay, go ahead and write it down and drop it off. Alright, what we're going to do here is distribute. So we do 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 1 is will give us a minus 3. On the right side, 5 times 2x is 10x. And 5 times a positive 3 will give us a positive 15. So our answer should be B. Okay, we're going to move on to example 5. Alright, so we take our numbers and we go ahead and make our table. So we have 1 and 0, 2 and 3, 3 and 8, 4 and 15, and 5 and 24. Alright, this is going to be different than what we've been doing so far. In this case, our y values, when we take the difference, we have 3 minus 0 is 3, 8 minus 3 is 5, 15 minus 8 is 7, 24 minus 15 is 9. So in this case, we don't have all the same number this time, which means it's not going to be an x that's going to be in our function. We're going to have to go out again and take the difference of these values. 5 minus 3 is 2, 7 minus 5 is 2, and 9 minus 7 is 2. That means this is going to be an x squared function. Now to find the coefficient for the x squared function, we're going to take whatever number we get here, and we're going to divide it by 2. So 2 divided by 2 gives us what? Right, so our function is just going to be x squared, or 1 times x squared, whichever you prefer to write. Alright, then we're going to be adding some number to get our y values. Okay, so now we need to solve for this number. We're going to do the same thing we did last time. We're going to plug in one of our ordered pairs. So I'm going to plug in 1, 0. So we plug in the 1 for x, and we plug in 0 for y. When we plug in 1 for x, we get 1 squared plus our number is equal to 0. 1 squared is 1 plus our number equals 0. We just solve for that number. We subtract 1 from both sides. 0 minus 1 is going to give us a negative 1 for our answer of our number. Now we just need to make our function. So we have y is equal to our x squared plus whatever number we had. So x squared plus negative 1, or x squared minus 1, whichever you prefer to write. And that's our answer for this function. Alright, let's try another example. Go ahead and put our numbers in the table. We have 1, 5, 2, 14, 3, 29, 4, 50, and 5, 77. Okay, so we're going to take the difference of our y's. 14 minus 5 is going to give us 9. 29 minus 14 is going to give us 16. 50 minus 29 will give us 21. And 77 minus 50 will give us 27. Alright, now we need to take the difference again because our numbers are not the same yet. So 16 minus 9, I think I might have done that math wrong. 29 minus, no, that's right. Nope, that's right. Okay, 16 minus 9 is going to give us 7. Nope, I did something wrong. That's better. Alright, that should be 15 right there. So 15 minus 9 that should give us 6. 21 minus 15, that'll give us 6. And 27 minus 21 will also give us 6. Remember, this is an x squared function. That means we're going to have to take this number and divide it by 2 to find our coefficient. 6 divided by 2 will give us 3. So that'll be 3x squared plus our number is equal to y. We plug in one of our ordered pairs. I'm going to pick the first one, so I'm going to plug in 1 for x, and I'm going to plug in 5 for y. 1 squared is 1, and 1 times 3 is 3, plus our number is equal to 5. Now we just solve to get our number, so we subtract 3 from both sides. 5 minus 3 is 2, so that's going to be our number for our function. Now we just need to plug those into our function, so we have y is equal to our 3x squared right here, plus whatever our number is, and we have 2 for our number, so plus 2. So y is equal to 3x squared plus 2 is our final answer for our number, or our function, sorry. Let's go ahead and try a practice problem. Go ahead and excuse me, make our table. So we have 1, 3, 2, 6, 3, 11, 4, 18, and 5, 27. We find the difference between our y values. Our difference here will be 3, 5, 7, and 9. Alright, this is not the same number, which means we need to go again, find the difference between these values, which will be 2, 2, and 2. Okay, so we take this to find our coefficient. When it's an x squared, we need to divide this by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, so we're just going to have x squared plus some number is equal to our y value. We plug in one of our ordered pairs to find our number. For our x, if we plug in 1, we get 1 squared plus our number is equal to 3. 1 squared is 1. And we just solve for our number, so we subtract 1 from both sides. So our number is going to be equal to 3 minus 1, which is 2. So our final answer should be y is equal to x squared plus 2. Alright, answer for this one should be 10.